Hello guys, welcome, I'm SimUK and this is of course Railway Empire, and I'm so grateful to Kalypso Media who have sent out yet another DLC. This time it's Great Britain and Ireland. Now this game is fantastic, it really is great, and a lot of the issues that I had in my early review have now been ironed out. You can now have the AI playing under the same restrictions and rules as you are, or you can turn it off and allow them to ghost past each other and therefore make your gameplay experience even more difficult if that's what you want to do. So I never really got around to playing this fully, never managed to get a series out on it, which is a massive shame, but it does happen sometimes because I have so many games to review and so many games to cover rather. So I thought I'd have a little go. They've sent out this DLC and I had a little practice last night. I realised I can't remember a flipping thing. I can't remember how to do anything. So it's going to be a bit clunky and a bit fiddly. But we'll have a go and we'll see how we get on. So if we go to campaign, if we go to scenarios, we can now click across to Great Britain and Ireland. The last years have seen an industrial progression of overwhelming magnitude. As soon as the streets and canals have not been able to cope with the enormous requirements of the industrial centres anymore, the first steam locomotives started to roll. In these days, a handful of engineers and businessmen kicked off a transport revolution arising from the United Kingdom. Okay. AI levels. So this is where you can swap it around. Oh, good. Trainiac. The game never pauses other than when newspapers and offers are displayed. You will receive a bonus on your rating. Let's have a go at that. Rail network is set to realistic. Trains must wait for each other. You will need parallel track switches and signals. I get trains stuck all the time. The AI receives equal initial funds, will build faster and has less building costs. That doesn't seem fair. Normal. The AI receives less initial funds. What, less than me? Why is that fair? Why isn't there a setting... This is going to irritate me a tad. Why isn't there a setting where they have exactly the same money and exactly the same build speeds and costs? Why can't we have that? Let's go for hard anyway.
We'll just wrap them all around our little finger.
Okay, this is our character. I think there's only one, as far as I can figure out. Trisha Jones. Call ourselves SimUK. The name of our company is...
I always tell the truth, even when I'm lying.
She always tells the truth, even when she's lying. She's eloquent. She's beguiling. 3 times as much applications from spies, and she's anti-progressive. Gains 70% less innovation points.
Do we need a bit more thinking time?
And she's a bit rude, it seems. Okay.
Stevenson. Robert Stevenson. Pleased to meet you.
Legend.
As you might know, I am known for a certain expertise in building and handling steam locomotives, and I look forward to collaborating with you. One of the very first railway lines has been opened up between Manchester and Liverpool recently, unfortunately only on paper. Let us make these plans become reality.
Right, build my first 2 stations. So, oh gosh, building construction train station. That's 100,000. And do I want to put the railway line down the middle of the street? I think we're going to go like that. No, let's put the station entrance on the corner. Get as many people going there as possible. Okay. One for Manchester. We'll do the same thing. Now we could go across the river, or we could go round it. I think round it might be more cost effective. Where are we likely to go after that? I think we're going to pop it here for future development. Oh my gosh. Only just catches the edge there. Obviously the industry is over this side and not down here. Oh, that fits kind of. Come on, just on the edge. Oh. How about that? Can I get it in at an angle? Oh, I can. That works for me. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, did I build two large stations? Oh, I flipping did. Look at that. I did not mean to do that. Well, that's eaten into my money already, hasn't it? All right. Okay. Let's have the railway line coming around here. That's a 0% incline. That's what we like. If I can keep it at 0% all the way around, 3%, 2%, 0%, that's nice. 1%, 0%, oh, 6%, good lord. There must be a way. 3%. Oh, obviously there's a big hill right here. 10% seems to be the lowest. 9%. Oh, it's going slightly off track though. Oh, look, we're having to build a bridge and all sorts. Now, there is a way of raising and lowering this, isn't there? I can't remember how to do it. Blast. Well, for this first one, we're just going to have to suck it up. Liverpool is likely to branch off that way. So we're going to come in on the left-hand side here. That's expensive. How much is that going to cost me? 70,000.
With this railway line, we will finally make the railway accessible to the broad population. But it seems like the public and the investors are still reserved. As soon as we create more successful lines, this will change.
Okay, this is our first line. Job done. There she is. New task. By 1832, so we've got 2 years, achieve an average balance of 4,500 with at least 8 active train lines. And I've got 0 of 8. That's weird. Is that not, does that not qualify as a train line between Manchester and Liverpool? We've got Wrexham over here. Lots of industry in the surrounding area. Pig farm. Wood fattening? What? Pigs. Oh, these are live pigs. Right. That's okay. So live pigs and beef rather than cattle. Okay, understood. What have we got here? Salt mines, apple orchards, cement, wood, because obviously you can buy up these industries as well, and if you connect them with your train, Yeah, we're chugging along quite nicely. On Stevenson's rocket. Whoops. How do I get out? Oh, there we go. Is it Stevenson's rocket? Oh, quarterly report. Wow, that's pretty good. We're only down by 471. Or is that quarterly report? That's money coming in. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We should be making a bit more cash pretty soon. This first delivery is going to come in here. We should get a few thousand for that. We've still got 384, so I'm thinking maybe should we look and see how much it'll cost to get over here to Wrexham. How much would that cost? And there's no secondary line coming that way. So I think the outside line here is probably the one we should use. Let's see how much it's going to cost us. Take the shortest, flattest route I possibly can. Although it's having to dig out quite a lot of... earth in order to get there. 12%. That's only 34,000. That's surprising. We'll have that, I think, and we'll stick just a small train station in here. Can I get it on that edge, on the corner there? Perfect. Build city stations in the centre to attract as many passengers as possible. Build the train station as close as possible to industries to reduce loading times. Well, I've ignored that clearly. But that's done, so we can grab a new train and a locomotive. We'll take another rocket, please, Mr. Stevenson. And we'll create a line from Wrexham to Liverpool. Build a city station. I've done that. Thank you. There we go. Loading up. So, have we achieved... Still 0 of 8. I have no idea then what constitutes as an active train line. How do I know... How do I know if I have an active train line or not? Incidentally, this DLC is currently just under £10, it's £9 something on Steam. Whenever a train reaches the city, freight, mail and passengers will be unloaded. The rising numbers represent transport revenue. The faster you transport express goods, the higher the revenue. Okay, interesting. So speed is important. Okay, so we have 2 lines running here. 8,834. That's a bit of income coming in. That's good. You can see it's loading up there. Fully loaded. 8 is the maximum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 8 is not the maximum. Completely wrong there. But we seem to be ticking over quite nicely. Now, I've just realised, or it's just remembered, that you do need to add some supply tower. So we'll add a supply tower. Where should we put the supply tower? I want to put it too near the station. I'm wondering if we're going to break off and have a station here. Maybe this is a good spot. So that's for that train. And we'll have one over here. Again, I don't want it too close to the station. Let's it's going to have to be in this middle section here. I'm not sure how... Oh, we just dig a bit out. Simple as that. Right, okay, that's that done. And we're also going to need... What do we have? Railway buildings, industries, and city buildings. I thought there was like... I could have sworn there was like a maintenance thing. Did I imagine that? Indian resentment bill passed. The timely report. This is one thing that confuses me a tad, is that the news always seems to be about America, even though we're in Great Britain. But anyway, that's a small thing. Leaf spring suspension for 12,500. Go on then. This basically means we don't have to research it. We just get it for free. Well, not for free, we're paying for it. Cool. Increases the number of passengers in every city where your company has a station by 5%. That means more income. Each town has industries where higher quality goods are manufactured. These goods may be in demand in other cities. Yes. Well, we'll get into that a bit later, because that's quite complex. The whole system is quite complex. Oh, I know how to do it. I've just remembered how to do it. So, in Liverpool, we go expand station, construct a maintenance building. There we go. That's what I had to do. Right, that's done then. So, the only problem is that only this line can currently get to that maintenance building, which is a bit of a shame. And it's going to be very pricey to... 60,000 profit, that's good, because we're seriously low on cash. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to... put that in there like that. Signals at switches. Stop signals prevent conflicts at switches by yielding the first train that reaches the switch right of way. The second train waits until the way ahead is free. Yes, indeed. So, let's pop a couple of signals in. We can't because it's too close to the station. So I didn't really want to do that there. But it's a needs must thing. It's this. It needs to have access to this. That's the issue. Right, so 2 of 8. Okay, so we've got 2 on the go. We're a quarter of the way there. We're in July 19th, 1830. So we've got a year and a half still. See, I really don't want this guy coming over here unless necessary. He should be coming onto this line so that they never ever get stuck. They never ever meet. Still, that's a busy line. That's a busy line. I think we're doing okay. So, what are the demands of this city then? Express goods... Leeds, Liverpool, Leeds. Where's Leeds? There's Leeds. We could do a split there, or we could even come off the second line here and run that over to Leeds. Bit of an awkward position there because there's not a lot of ground clearance between these two rivers for a station. I think we're going to have to put it this side. If we do put it this side, are we going to have to go round... What is this? Around the cement farm? I think we might have to do that. 154,000. We are really quite short of cash. Small train station. The end of the line there. Oh, what's the red? Oh, so I can't build in the red area for some reason. Okay. Didn't want to anyway. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Oh, except I wanted to come around this way. Blast. How much is that? 42,000. Oh, gosh. Perilously close to running out of money already here. Right, okay, so that is now linked up. We need a third locomotive. Rocket number 3. And set up a line between Leeds and Manchester. Okay, we've only got 35,000 left. Yeah, wow. 35, oh gosh, 35,000 left, and we need to put a supply tower in. Oh no. 5,000 left, that's all we have, and there's no maintenance for this train. I should have put the maintenance building here, shouldn't I? I might have to upgrade this later. Oh, what's happened? Random breakdown. That's not helpful. You're so close to the maintenance area. Can you fix it? As if by magic. Okay, cool. You can cycle through your trains, yes or no? Right, how much money is this going to make us? Lots of employees. Oh, 17,000. We've gone up by nearly 12,000 there. I completely missed what that said. I knew I'd get distracted by something. Okay, so hopefully then these 3 trains will be sufficient. 13,000 there, look. I'm going to take this split out. I'm going to remove this split because he keeps going on this line and I want him to go on this line. The only reason I put it there was so that he could get to the maintenance area. Right, so that's that done. Those two will never get in each other's way now. Got an info thing over here. What does this say? Trains running between cities carry freight, and that was bad timing. 79,000 we made in Q3. Okay, not too bad. We're heading in the right direction. We're going to have to be patient though, because we haven't got a lot of cash. Trains running between cities carry freight and express goods, passengers and mail. Express goods should be transported as quickly as possible. Yeah, I've read that one already somewhere else. Crikey, look how much we had to dig out there. And there. It would have been so much cheaper to just raise this area up and come over the top. But I can't remember what key it is to do that. And I can't be bothered to look right now. So we'll just suffer the consequences of wasting all our cash. Again, that's a totally unnecessary bridge. We could very easily have just sort of come down here, but whatever. Whatever. It's working, we're making profit. We're okay. wonder if I could put a split in here. I could put a split in there. Just wondering how I'm going to get... If I put a maintenance yard on this train station, how am I going to get this Leeds train to sit on it? I suppose if we're making a small amount of profit at the moment, and we are, because all the trains are absolutely maxed out constantly, I wonder if it's worth putting a sort of a constructive loop area, a lay-by in, so that I can put 2 trains on one line and they can just swap over in the middle. There's enough space for it, isn't there? Annoyingly though, the 2 most logical places to do that are right where I put the supply tower. Or actually I think if you run another line down the side, this just expands itself. Let me just test that theory. Not 100% sure. $21,000. Yes, it does. Oh, that's good then. Okay, so that will work quite well, I imagine. Now, signalling. This is not my forte. We'll have one going in and one going out, I think. So that one will have to be coming in that way. This one will have to be going out that way. How do I... Oh, what happened there? So hang on, that one's being used at the moment. So we want this to be a one-way rail system. How do I remove it? I like that. So I'm going to put it here. There we go. I figured it out. It's the shift button. And then this one. Excellent. And never the twain shall meet, I hope. Oh, actually, you know what? That does work there, doesn't it? Let's just see how we get on with this. Perfect. Stays on that line and off he goes. Wonderful. Okay then. 136,000 in the bank. Let's have a go at this. Let's double up. We'll add another locomotive, another rocket. And that can go from here to here. In the personnel dialogue window, you can hire employees, but they won't wait forever for a job. You have to hire trained personnel and assign them to a train. You can do this in the train details for a selected train. Yes, we know this. Right. So, I'm just curious about how well this is going to work. So this train should come through. It's fully loaded again though, which is great. So this line could potentially be double profit coming in right about now, as long as this train stops. A stretch of track can only ever be travelled on by one train. Stop signals divide tracks into several sections so that multiple trains can use the same track. Yep. Oh, good profits, 141. We're doubling up. We're doubling our profit every quarter at the moment. This is good progress. So, admittedly, this train's going to be there waiting for that train for quite a little while. It's not the end of the world. I suppose theoretically I could drag that extended line even further up, and that would reduce the amount of delay, but we should be okay here. And looking at the length of that train, I'm thinking if I pop another signal in here behind that train, then we could get two along that same stretch. Admittedly, there would be quite a long delay, but I think that would work. Alrighty. Oh god, first year completed, so we've only got a year left. How are we doing? We've got 3 of 8. Oh lord, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Where's the next city then? Nottingham? Oh, Nottingham's in the red. Hull. Oh, look at that. I can't get to Leeds. Oh, man. Alrighty. Let's have a look, see here how much this is going to cost me. Zero incline, I like that. Okay, quite a long bridge. That's not too bad a route. How long is that going to cost me? 52,000. We'll take that on. We'll put a small train station in here at Hull. Right on the crossroads there. If I can try and sort of maybe line that up a bit. That'll do. Awesome. 49,000 left. I'm not sure that's enough to buy a train, is it? Come out of there a second. How much is a new train? 29,000. So we have just enough. Set up a rail line between Hull and Leeds. Excellent. Oh. Okay, we do need to put a water... what do they call these things? What are these called? Supply tower. We do need to put a supply tower over here. But again, fully loaded, so that's looking really good. And this area here looks like a good spot for a split overlay if we so choose. So I'm going to put the water there. As soon as we have enough, which we do. Supply tower in the middle. Lovely stuff. Okay, so far so good. We are technically halfway there, even though that doesn't say 4 yet. The money is coming in. I wish it was coming in a little bit faster, because we're a little bit. Increase the number of passengers in every city where your company has a station by 8%. Oh, we haven't got enough. Oh, that would have helped. That would have been more money. But we're doing okay. We got 4 in the bag. We just need to make a lot of money really quickly. Oh, we haven't got long. We haven't got long. Nottingham. Where's the next place I can build a station then? Oh, nowhere.